Good evening, Zambia. Good evening, Chuempala. Good evening, Mufulira. Good evening. Welcome to TV Bakwetu. My name is Linda Banks, and I have got very smart-looking Dr. Elias Munsha and my gorgeous co-host Gladys. Welcome to another presentation of TV Bakwetu. It's going to be a very exciting program, and I've got a bunch of very fiery co-hosts in the background waiting. But before we go any further, I would like to ask you to just type in literally on the comment section below where you're watching us from. We're going to give you a couple of minutes to do that. And if you can also share to at least 5 groups that you belong to. Now we're going to have Percy, and you know how fiery Percy is. Percy is going to be checking just to ensure that everyone is literally posting to your various groups. Now, today is a terribly exciting day. Like I said earlier, we have a very fiery bunch of TV Bakwetu. Now they've been holding off and sitting in the backgrounds, sitting in the terraces, so to speak, in the past few days, literally absorbing everything that has been going on in the country, and they are ready today to give their views. So we're going to start with Dr. Munsha. Would you like to say good evening to our viewers?
Hello, good evening, Chuempala. Good evening, Zambia. Here we are on TV Bakwetu, very excited. I missed out on the last on the last broadcast, but it went very well. And so we are on DSTV, on KBN network, and so we are very excited that we could be on cable. This is good.
Absolutely, absolutely. Gladys?
Good evening, viewers, and good evening from each and every part of the world. You watching us, or you watching me from Denmark, and we have our colleagues, which you're gonna meet in the next few hours. Good evening. Thank you.
Right now, a lot of things have been going on in Zambia. To start with, for us, this is breaking news. There has been a fire at Simson. So that's one of the things that we're going to be talking about. And so many other things that have been going on. The Minister of Energy ministerial statement today, which was talking about ghost workers at ZESCO, 3.5 billion kwacha, note which has been mismanaged, and we're going to be talking about nepotism in the PF administration. Now, some of you might be wondering, why are we still talking about the PF? And the simple reason is we've got a lot of residue PF workers still lingering about, so it's quite critical that we actually deal with that. So we're going to be thinking about what's the best approach without for the new dawn government. Another thing that we will be tackling is the SEC firing. Is it timely, or is it a little bit too late? Do you think they've already hidden the evidence? So we'll be looking at that. As well as the reasons as to why we may think that it may be a little bit too late. We're going to also tackle the continued arrogance of the Patriotic Front. My golly gosh, where do we start? I have a bunch of people who are completely excited to do that. Now, without further ado, I would like to actually tackle a couple of things. We take time to listen to what you say. We look at your comments, and we know what you're saying about things that you would like us to improve. And thank you so much. You're the ones that make TV Bakwetu the success that it is. But on that same token, yes, so would like to say thank you, don't we, Gladys? Would like to say thank you. On that same token, would like to say that please do not compare presenters. We're all very different people. I'm Lamba, Gladys is Bemba, Wamusha is Ushi. Coincidentally, we're in black and white with Gladys. It's completely coincidence. So try not to compare, especially the girls. Just play nice, be nice. Okay? What do you think, Mamunsha?
It's okay. You know, it's okay. It's okay to be different. We are bringing, sorry, I'm a glassy. Sometimes they foggy up, you know. I'm still not used to wearing these things.
Oh, they look nice. You keep them there. Besides, they help you to see.
Yeah,
Linda, so a point of correction, I'm not Bemba. I'm actually Ndimwaushi. Ndimwaushi wako Bemba back Northern Province, please. Ndimwaushi.
Yes, Mamunsha, you're about to say something.
So no comparison, and that's why we like the team that we have, because everyone comes with their own personality. Ever watched today, on TV Bakwetu, we just wanted everybody to be Bakwetu, everything goes, and so we are very excited to be that. And so we are a reflection of Zambia. Even if some of us live diaspora, but we are very excited to be Zambian. And so that's what we do, and that's what TV Bakwetu is all about.
Absolutely.
So number tekubika mu mulomo mwambo kuchita compare
we are
TV Bakwetu kabiri mubike mu mulomo.
Yo bamunsha iyo ine drama, that's what the people like. So lekeni babike mu mulomo ati wafyalwa kwambwambwa.
And also they say that if you're not doing anything substantial, no one will pay attention, no one will be throwing stones. So I guess, but I thought I'd just put it out there. Now, so I have talked about a couple of things. The first thing was the fire at Mr. Mwe.
Simon Mwewalen. The Simon is I think Nibawishi. Bachtafe takeover. The Simpson building has been Bachtafe takeover. It used to be Simon Abakali.
Bawishi.
Hello, Mwapialo Balinda. Welcome to the
club.
No. Yes. So Simon Mwewa is the father of Chitambala Mwewa.
Mwewa.
Now, Chitambala Mwewa runs a page where he has named, I think part of the road near Simonson is known as Simon Mwewa Lane. So his page is called Simon Mwewa Lane. And so some of us call him Simon Mwewa. When no, Simon Mwewa ni bawishi. Nabo bawushika.
Aho bawushikwa mwalashi pamwe?
Nabo bawishi. So eba Simon Mwewa and then Chitambala Mwewa emwana. So the man we call Simon Mwewa is actually Chitambala Mwewa. And so I think he's the one that the family has assigned to be the manager of the Simon Mwewa building, Simonson.
Absolutely. So Gladys, could you just tell us and the viewers a little bit about what has just transpired there, just in case they're just joining us and this is news to them, because it just happened in the past few hours, didn't it?
I could see the video from Simon Mwewa Lane by Chitambala Wene. Apparently, there has not been so much details of what has been happening with the burning of his building, but they probably is linked with some suspicions. It's just like some conspiracy, probably. And then there'll be obviously somebody suspecting something fishy is going out there. So, we'll stay tuned and listen. In the next few hours, probably there'll be more information.
Okay, Bamunsha?
I think ubuwafe wako bati fintu tavichitika fie kwamba kutunganya, you know, we call it ukutunganya, umutunganya. No, it could just be an innocent fire, but it is quite curious that Chitambala Mwewa came up with all these allegations and now he's in court and stuff like that. Nomba kainshi we are on DSTV, so tufire tu achefia nyako umulomo. But and also bapu sokomlandu wa DSTV. Otherwise, if this was not a DSTV show, but definitely it does sound quite suspicious. Pantu Chitambala Mwewa came with all these revelations. He got sued, and after he is sued, we understand that he was in court, and then there is this fire. But it could just be an innocent fire, because why would somebody burn down his building? You know, I don't know. So maybe let's wait and see and hear what happened, because maybe nibazesko bachirenga.
That's $1 million question. Why would the fire start now? You know, but then again, it could be many other reasons. So we will keep you tuned, informed on that aspect. And just to say a good evening to our DSTV viewers. I forgot to mention you. Complete apologies. Good evening to the YouTube viewers as well as our DSTV viewers. Now, we're going to dive into our topics for today. But Kuzambia Mwala Tupesha, your news cycle is absolutely incredible, completely off the charts. You make Britain seem so boring. Nakukana Danaimoku Denmark. News cycle, every second there's something new happening. Bamusha.
No. I think if it's already boring, but it weba galete ku Canada kwaliba boring. So if we kuno kwaliba boring, but kulusaka eko li action eko ifintu file chitikira. And so baranda teacher konkolo no boch konkolo. That's why here on TV bakwetu we are very quick at ifile chitika. Pakobati na ifutu waranda potumashiwi, tuamika potumashiwi.
But Gladys?
Echo ku Canada kwatalala echo mwatalala n'okutalala nada bwafe bagibana kane ba munsha katwishinoko baba fumya yo nomba kuno kwena ta kwali talala nomba kwena fire chitika nomba kulusako ko fire chitika sana amenso ate twali kwata amenso kulukobo tuikala kuno kwa bene but amenso kulukobo kunganda.
Absolutely. Now I'm going to let you loose. Inele alone, you never have a good girl. I'll be moderating this because my friends are completely wacky tonight. They're fired up, they're geared up. They all have a drink of choice. Like my viewers, need drinking. For me, I've got actually, this is quite interesting. I found flowers kunganda. Flowers. Yale bakwat ni fence. Some people used to make it as a fence. Does anyone remember, you guys?
But of course.
Of course, yeah. So
course.
you won't believe this. I found this Mu health food shop, and they call it Achani Amaranthus. So it's a special kind of tea. But babonvia no mlembo wama flowers filefia ready, and apparently it's a superfood. Ukusanga at 10 pounds kapake takanono. Can you see my hands? Kapake takanono, so 10 pounds. So that's what I'm drinking. Bamunsha, what are you on tonight?
No tea, and I expect everyone of us here to be on tea. I don't expect anything else.
Bamusha tetumula ekitime pose ati pantu muli paliti kwali baba nga banwa tea bambi balalwala. Ekyo baleetereko Jameson, Jameson ekyo bamuleetere ene enwa mazoyi. Nga imwe muleti poshani.
Tone Gladys mazoyi mlenwa tone.
We bali
Gladys tone.
Lindo liwa mulomo.
Tone kaidi. Tone.
Mazoyi masakanya munameshi.
Mazoyi amsango shani yo. So viewers, before we dive into our many topics today, a terribly exciting array of topics tonight, I would suggest you grab yourself a drink of choice. Like grab yourself a cup of tea. Gladys
pente na ine aba ushibonse ni ba pente nangu ni ba nani ba semushi. Walishwa ba semushi. So masemushi tula fidaba no bakatolika tumukate na ifwe tulanwa. So uyu ni mazoyi.
I will take your word for it, Gladys. Okay, so everyone, viewers, please grab yourself a drink of choice, and we're going to have a group of our TV Bakwetu family. I'm sure they'll all have a drink of choice in hand. Now, let's dive into the serious nitty-gritties of the conversation tonight. I'm going to start with Gladys. You take a pick. What would you like to start with from the things that we have talked about? So we're going to have the three of us deliberate on the things that are happening, and I will let you know when the rest of the crew joins us. Gladys?
Thank you so much, Linda. So much has been happening here today or just during this week. It's also even difficult to where to start from because I'm really drowning, and sometimes I'm feeling like something is not really moving. I was just looking at Batataba 0. 0. Naba ishibabeni. No, tulatu ino tababika kwa tutumashani tuwalanda mtunga utumagogo.
Tumagogo, shitu binoculars.
Tumagogo, tulatu ino tumagogo. Batataba magogo, I think nomba chaba tuwala mkuchita insight ati yo, ifide tuwali mchakale, ulebukisha mulia mkamfulumende yakale. Ati yo tien tuwe salire, efyo batampo kulachita nani kani okulachita, tuwe salire bakateka tuwe salire. Now, knowing that, I mean, abantu bali ba vulnerable today, they are so vulnerable with propaganda, and then batampo kukonka ba zero, ati let's try this. And apparently, bakateka bachita block kuma youth. Since that bali akuma radio station, at bakateka tamule bombe nchito, bakateka mulefo kutampo, mufuiro kutampo kusela. Ba 0.
Okay.
So, yes. And apparently, ama youth bachita block, bantu balefo kubomfwa, abantu na bakalipa, abantu na bafulwa, and they're also being driven by the media, by propaganda, unfortunately.
That is really sad because by media bali tupene nsambu at mule landa freely no bafuti nsambu to ambo kushona ola vamunsha.
Freedom is given not by anyone. I think about freedoms they have in Zambia. They are granted to them by the constitution. So let Zambians enjoy their freedom. Let Zambians continue speaking. That's why we've managed to be what we are. It's because of that freedom. Of course, Zambia. No, but Zambia belongs to all of us, and we exercised our freedoms, our liberties, the ability to speak. Of course, we need to guard against propaganda. That's why we need to be watchdogs against propaganda, all manner of propaganda. We must stand steadfast against it. Nomba bantu abenenga balefu ayo okulanda kubaleka balanda abalefu okuyirishanya bayirishanya abalefu okubepa obufi twabeeka obufi, because that's what we need to be doing, and that's why we are here, right? Bantu abantu ababufi bafula, and so as TV Bakwetu, we need to be here to make sure that we get them. Yeah. Linda, are you there?
What?
It seems Linda's frozen.
Okay. I'm here. Okay. Can you see me? I'm here, Amunsha.
Oh yeah, Linda, you are frozen.
I thought you're the one who had frozen. Yes, freedom of expression. Carry on, please. Technology. Yes, please carry on. Yes, freedom is given.
Oh yeah, so those are the freedoms. Nobody gave us freedom, you know. It's the Constitution. Constitution, heir to pay freedom for every Zambian to speak their minds, freedom to the TV Bakwetu crew to speak their minds. Of course, avoid propaganda, avoid defamation. You know, defamation without any justifiable reason. You know, number quite a few comments it's okay. Number once it crosses beyond umulomo to becoming ubufi nishi, you are now in trouble. Bakapokola will arrest you. Otherwise, let people have their own freedoms.
Vamusha muletila Bakapokola will arrest you. Do you really think Bakapokola valeta arrest you? Bakapokola tabachita arrest yo. Tabachita arrest Bakapokola ngamlefu okwiba kusenda fyotusaka twandalama. Tabachita arrest mwabepa.
I see you're being sarcastic there. Yes, they arrest the wrong people. They arrested. I won't get into a rant. My rant was about talking to our viewers. Rant yalelo na la mirekela inene good girl. So I'm going to invite you to have a conversation about ACC firing. What are your views? Vamunsha, let's start with you.
All right. So now, I think we need a better perspective.
Is it late?
Changes at ACC should have been done on day one. Now, I know that there are several justifications, and in fact, the president has been saying that is taking it slowly and everything else. But changes at ACC needed to be done on day one, immediately. There are several reasons. Abantu tete babombe, if in their minds, they are not sure of what tomorrow is going to bring for them. So the ACC director, the ACC deputy director, that is the two top guys, and the board itself, they can't move anything because they're unsure. So inertia right at the beginning creates a problem. That's why the best thing to have done was immediately instruments of power are transferred. You dissolve that agency. Look for replacements, because at least about replacements, they will begin with a better inertia. They will begin with a better energy than keep the same people. And then in the 1 month, they don't know whether they will stay, whether they will go. And so, because that's how we behave as human beings. That's exactly what happened. You know? So that is what happened. And so I think we have lost some time in this past month. And the reason is, if you had the SEC that were unsure of what they were doing, they were unsure of where they were standing, it means then that had trickle-down effect on the entire troops. So, you know, how are they going to take this? How are they going to investigate this? Where are they going to use? And so that kind of confusion has really been a problem, in my opinion.
Fantastic.
So the Director General, I understand the Director of the ACC resigned today. And then the Deputy Director, their contracts ended or something like that. And then the president decided to dissolve the ACC board today.
So would you say, so Nishi, it's not necessarily who's behind the whole dissolution of the ACC? So by head decided to resign, then things started happening. So like you said, the president should have done the needful right at the beginning. So Gladys,
no. There are several elements to it. There is the ACC board, and then there is the ACC director and deputy director. So the president appoints the ACC director and any person to act as ACC director, and the president appoints the ACC board as well. The term resignation can mean anything. Now, I want to terminate your employment number. I want you to save face. Instead, kutuwachita resign. Nanguba fire. Ero number ya ibakateka okobati wekateka. Tetuchite fire because firing taichita sound gwino. So I'll resign. Umpere kofi a little bit of my contract. I'll resign on my own, and then the deputy director, who should have acted as acting director, their contract also expired, and so the board decided not to renew, and then the president decided to dissolve the board. So there is no board at ACC, and the deputy director's contract expired, and the one who was ACC director resigned, and so the president has appointed an acting director. That is what the letter says, an acting director of the ACC. No board with an acting director. This is not good.
No. Gladys.
If mu August,
Gladys, your quick view on that? And
yes,
also,
please.
as you're answering that, Gladys, could you also tell me what you think about the arrogance of the PF members of parliament in the House? So,
okay, I'll start with the ACC. For my own opinion, I would say that the ACC board to be dissolved this time, I think it's more or less too late. Just like Bamusha said, that it should have been done right in the beginning, because Nishva Kateka, when he was getting into Nishvale's president, he should have that shallow cabinet, and not also knowing that the previous government, which has been totally corrupt, he should have had a drawing of how is it going to look like. From the word go, they should have been fired. And also, okay,
allegedly, nachimie batilelo ni allegedly, mpaka tuapoka proof.
Iyo tapali abatulungwira mashina apa bayi babati bali babantu bamu previous government niba sakala nyongo. There are no two ways about it. There's no sugar coating bamunsha. We just know, and we've been saying that, we've been watching that tabale episayo. Okay. So they should have brought in totally, completely new board of directors instead of keeping the new ones, so that we avoid that corruption type. I mean, the corruption. I mean, otherwise, waiting to say that until methodically. I honestly don't agree, and I don't even have to apologize. I'm a Zambian. I don't have to apologize. It's just clear. They should have just gone by yesterday, not today. It's too late. Patience. Twalikwata patience kweba na Zambia. Nomba kali abatampo kutinika po patience. Behavior yaba PF. Na bakwata mangala. You know a mangala. Ama shoulders they are balechta kwati ni banankali. Ni baibanda Holyfield. Epo balechta. Kwati bale teka. And honestly, bad behavior. Behavior. And those who were supposed even to be called I don't know. But Mitabasana deserve to be called like that, really. Because behavior yabo, it totally shows completely of who who they should be, nama positions they have bad behavior.
Thank you. Munja, Bakampiongo. Bakampiongo does not regret anything that transpired, anything he did, or anything any of his people did. Number. With that in view, I want you to consider even more of a lawyer, a resident lawyer. And I want to think more of a boss, more of a resident lawyer. Truth and reconciliation to heal the country. What do you think? So first, London Popal Kampiongo, Namashuya, Boeva Landrati. I do not regret anything that transpired. I looked at him, I was like, boy, are you serious? Anyway, what do you think?
and so Kampiongo, Honorable Kampiongo, is a very, very nice gentleman. I don't think he led this country properly as Minister of Home Affairs. He presided over total indiscipline in the Ministry of Home Affairs. Besides, he was one of the key people in the previous administration that led us to this mess. The arrogance. Because if the Patriotic Front needs to do an introspection, I think they need to look at the way they were speaking, the language that they were speaking. Now, surprisingly, even after they lose by 1 million votes, the Patriotic Front has continued to speak very, very strangely. You know, you would expect to cover Tabantu Ngabalusa. Bantu, if you were expecting to win, where did we go wrong? But it's not with the Patriotic Front. They are all arrogant. I think also because the New Dawn is a government of a lot of patience. A lot of patience. It appears like by PF number Babatola, by New Dawn, by UPND government. Babatola. That's why they survived like this. Because where would Honorable Kampiongo, the former Minister of Home Affairs, get the guts to be saying what he's saying? He says that even if he was to do this again, he would do exactly the same. What is this the same? Arresting people without charge. Imagine, for no reason. At Pantu, you defamed the president, bakulonga, no charges, nothing. And when you ask Kampiongo what, no, they have the rights to do it. Honorable Kampiongo, that was inappropriate. And so what we are asking from the Patriotic Front is, you know? You know? And it doesn't cost a lot. In fact,
sorry, I have to cut you short on this one. You know, PF, they're actually having a trauma because of what has happened, and these are the things which we do not come on. These are the things which we do not address in our country. PF, they did not expect to lose. So they have this it's going to be a long-term trauma. You have to realize that the way they are behaving, the things they are saying, it's because it's a mental problem. It's a mental issue. And those are the things we have to address in our country. People say the things they say, it's because of their past and the present experience. They have not accepted the defeat. They are suffering from that trauma. They need to see the kuchainama. Kuchainama pachainama paph padapalvech patala. They are, and I'm not joking, I'm saying the truth. I'm not joking. And a lot of people don't even realize that they have a mental problem because of the past and the present.
I need to comment on that.
Yeah. Yes,
I think if now mental illness is an illness just like any illness, like you know, or malaria, and TB, and HIV/AIDS. So mental illnesses are very they can affect any one of us. And Chainama is a very wonderful hospital that treats our people. Number, the politician, arrogant. Let us not equate it to a mental health, because if it's mental health, then I can't comment on it because Number arrogance yaba kampiongo pusho bulwele kujya mwebo nga bulwele we can't talk about it bantu nishu muntu narwala.
Yes, absolutely.
Walwala malaria ati walwala malaria wamona malaria walwala malaria okaye ku UTH baka ye kuposha malaria. No. So umuntu nganalwala a mental health, I wouldn't. Number te bulwele kujya mwebo mamona ukudumpa no bulwele fyapsana. And so when a politician, for example, is arrogant, they can't process the fact that the people of Zambia have rejected them. Let us not
I will move on to the next point. Mamunsha, can you kindly finish the question that I had asked you? Truth and reconciliation, please. Do you think it should
think so.
happen?
No, I think we need some form of truth and reconciliation, because the Patriotic Front are being emboldened. Because the Patriotic Front and their activities did not just affect the president, the current president. It affected a huge cache of our people. Some of them were imprisoned without reason. Some of them are still in prison today. 40 days later, after the new dawn, some of our people are still in jail, political prisoners. There are so many people that were beaten without reason. So many people were jailed. So many people's stores were taken away. And so perhaps an insaka, mukika onde, nsakwa.
What would that benefit? What
is needed?
What good would that bring, Bamusha?
It's important, first of all, for people to explain how they were hurt. One. Secondly, it's important for the Patriotic Front to listen. Because, for example, the Honorable Kampiongo is all over the map saying that he can do exactly what he did previously, which means he has not processed the fact that he has no insight into his own behavior as a leader. Lack of insight. And so when you have that in Saka, somebody's going to say, look, Honorable Kampiongo, your government had a policy of detaining people without trial. This is how this affected me. And because of that, I want you to know how I feel. Maybe at that moment, the Patriotic Front are going to understand and hear to say, this really hurt the Zambian people. Maybe that is going to help. That's why a Truth and Reconciliation Commission could be one of the factors. If it's too expensive, maybe could be more, somewhere where people can openly go and talk. Be it in Lusaka, in Choma, in Milenge, or better yet, in Chiwempala.
Of course you would say that. Of course you would say that. Limbi nangu kuitafet shumumbi aisachta negotiate. Our mediator Shmumbi has got incredible mediating skills. I think it's important that happens. We will move on to the next topic. Unless, Gladys, you wanted to quickly add on that. I want us to, because the topics are so many. I want us to and then then we'll talk in detail. Gladys, quick thought on that.
Sure. I just wanted to talk about reconciliation. Reconciliation is a two-way thing. It can't be a one-sided. I mean, for example, if the president, for example, here, he has been preaching reconciliation and forgiveness. And we have a problem here. Also because there's scramble for power. People want power because power, money is power. They see power, they see money. So it's difficult for some of them to just give in or give away and say that, okay, let it go and let's reconcile. It takes two to tango. And in this moment, PF, they saw power, they saw akamugodi kandalama. if they give away that akamugoti kandalama, they see that humiliation, they see that integrity, they'll lose the integrity because tabakwete ndalama. So it's difficult to compromise, to bring that reconciliation when one other party wants to reconcile, the other party doesn't want to reconcile because they feel that they'll lose that integrity because they'll let the power go. So that's the difficult part to bring in the reconciliation. Of course, we can try as much as possible to preach reconciliation, but it's a hard call.
For this country to heal, for this country to move on, for this country to be the incredible country that it's got potential to be, it's imperative that both parties humble themselves. This is not their father's country. It's not a Kantemba. The background that this is Zambia, the Republic of Zambia, a sovereign nation, and people of this nation deserve good governance. And if they're not prepared to humble themselves and hold their hand up and say, we made a mistake, we messed up, I'm afraid they will be like other political parties that have been flushed down the toilet. Now, I'm going to pause briefly and just welcome the people who are just joining us. If you have just tuned in, I would like to say welcome. Iseni, Ingileni, welcome to TV Bakwetu. And I have Dr. Elias Munsha and Gladys talking about the current happenings and today's Pawila topics because there's so many things to cover. Invite your friends, tag your friends at Itananani. Where didn't the pronounce Itananani? Call your friends. I see most of you guys on various different controversial pages. You're constantly tagging. This is quite an important platform, so you need to do the same thing that you do. Invite others, share to different platforms as we carry on talking through the various conversations. And I'm going to ask my colleagues, my co-hosts, to just very quickly give me comments from viewers. If you have any comments from the viewers, you take a peek from Facebook or from YouTube or from LinkedIn. Gladys, would you like to go first? But Gladys wa freezer. Over Munsha.
All right. So I'm going to take some comments from guess where? YouTube.
Oh, okay, go for it.
YouTube. So if you are YouTube, just know that we got you covered and we're listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
Josephine Breivik say they are in denial. They can't believe it. Yes, truth and reconciliation, public inquiry is a must. I think she's basically agreeing. Chichi says, "Oh, these are really dodgy names." Oh, I don't know what which names they are, because sometimes there is a conversation going on between the viewers, so you don't know.
Chichi, I must say, Chichi, we've been noticing quite a lot of literally she's what she or he, because
it's a she. It's a she.
It's a she. I have been seeing Chichi's comments constantly. So thank you so much for being one of those incredible viewers who are on all the time.
Yeah. So PF people are arrogant and ignorant. That's why they want to argue even when it's not necessary. That's Susan Malumbe.
Okay.
Moi Koteran says UPND are humble, not PF. Yeah, it's true. PF are quite arrogant. I'm so surprised. I'm hoping that there will be. This is a political party that now has been humbled, because losing is not easy.
No.
Bamusha nakanyelelenga customer kala ngawaka patikishana kwena kala suma bati ba UPNDs are humble. Akabanyelelenga waka patikisha kala suma na kwena.
It's true. Yeah. But the thing is, this was a huge landslide loss. It wasn't like a small loss, because two lost by 1 vote. This one was a loss by 1 million votes.
And to make matters worse, that video that went viral, I'll beat him by such a margin. So the hurt is insurmountable. So even though they have to take a while to heal, but
yeah, that's correct. this is a country that belongs to all. And I think Zambians, we can't get over what happened in August. It was a huge, huge, colossal defeat for a party that was completely corrupt, for a leadership that was not paying attention to the needs of the people, a leadership that was self-serving instead of serving the people of Zambia. So that's it, I think, from YouTube. There could be more.
Okay, Gladys, Facebook? Later. Facebook? Ba Gladys takuli kom Facebook? Bala tukalipira tamkwe tukaba Facebook. Abantu besu balishete empilipili konshkula abasaving abwino. Equal opportunities.
Oh my God.
I'll give you time.
Right.
No, just go ahead. Just go ahead, Lynn.
Okay. We'll carry on scanning through your comments. Please keep them coming and tell us where you're watching us from. It's very important so that we know our demographics. No, Mbabane. Therefore, moving on to talk about briefly on the audio that I listened to. I hope you all did. It was an audio where the Vice President was passionately discussing a topic in Parliament. And she alluded to nepotism by the PF administration when it comes to recruitment and filling in of all these positions like permanent secretaries and director, sort of head of boards and that sort of stuff. Therefore, Munjebeko, what is your take on that? Shall we start with Gladys?
Well, I also listened to that video of the Vice President, and it was actually nice to know that she is aware what is happening, and she asked the public to be patient, that we are acting slow. And fortunately, my opinion, on behalf of the viewers as well, that patience is very easy to just define what is patience and for how long will the public wait, because they expect that when you get into power, you have to act quickly, as soon as possible. Even though the president says that the Zambians, we are used to do the things we used to do, the way the system used to work from the last 10 years. Well, paradigm change is very difficult. It's very difficult to get used to. And so it's better to integrate what the people are used to, and then eventually, slowly, you start integrating the change which you want. We are expectant. We need change at a very quick speed. So that's time of telling us that have patience with us, and you're gonna see some changes. For how long? We need time frame. For how long? So that at least we can come back to you. But you told us that we should wait for a month, for 2 months. Change, patience, it could be 1 year, it could be 2 years. How are we going to explain to the youth who is running around, like we have seen in the Copper Belt, that the youth are running around and people, the council are taking over all these markets and making some, give us the time frame. We need the time frame. We can't be waiting.
Thank you so much.
People need answers. So unfortunately, I'm sorry, Mrs. Vice President, I'm talking on behalf of the youth. They need the time frame. Sorry.
Okay. Brilliant. Thank you so much. The key phrase from that your statement is time frame. And I would like to say, we had a bit of a scoop the other day when we had the Justice Minister. We tied him to a time frame in which he was going to do a particular thing. Right. Time frame. We thought makamaka ba diaspora to time frame because okay, you go at a particular time, your documents will be ready, or this will be ready. Nish now something to work towards. That's good. Bamunsha, what are your views on that?
So let me just start with time frame, because this is important. The concerns that we have about the timing is that time is of the essence. You see, immediately you begin pushing things further and further, you are diluting the agency with which they should be attended to. So we've been told that the government is working on fast-track court systems. How many remember that? We all do. Fast-track court systems, and we're going to expedite the anti-corruption fight, and we are going to seize all these assets. But from where I am right now, I am very concerned because 2 months into the new administration, principal officers of our country have still not been appointed. Now, I know we probably need patience, but Attorney General and Solicitor General is known as Marshal Mujende. That is his name. Wonderful, experienced lawyer. And Mr. Mulilo Kabesha as Attorney General. 2 great appointments. It's now been 2 weeks or 3 weeks. They are still not yet ratified by Parliament. Now, this is unacceptable, which means that the new Dawn government is proceeding without legal advice. Now, they are probably getting legal advice from, I don't know, maybe from the Attorney General's chambers, but we need a substantive, no. I mean, from Attorney General's chambers.
Okay.
But we need the principal officers in office. Otherwise, it will be too late. So let's assume that somebody has drawn up all that fast-track court process and court system. And then the Attorney General goes into office and then finds that there is 1 or 2 areas that were not very well managed or drafted. Are we going to go back to the drawing board or anything? This is what is unacceptable at the moment. Let us get the Attorney General in. Let us get the Solicitor General in. In fact, we should have done immediately they appointed Mailoku Pangana hearing. Parliament calls LAS, calls any interested person. They say their stuff, and then we have those ratified, and they begin working immediately. 2 months is already too late. So timeline. So Parliament, please work on this thing very, very quickly. It's easy. Nganishi ya shupa kateka adisontakale Attorney General and Solicitor General bali basontakale nomba nishi ya shupa imwe kuitafie pangeni akabungwe wangu ka committee akonga nika committee and have these people ratified. When it comes to nepotism, perhaps it will take a very long time for us to come into grips with the kind of nepotism and tribalism that was practiced by the Patriotic Front. Now, in Endimwaushi, we were greatly favored by the Patriotic Front. Our people were greatly favored. That's why you see Ushi is everywhere. Ushi is in this parastatal, Ushi is in this board, Ushi is in the government, everywhere. But we would never, ever understand the tribalism and nepotism that took place. Now, that is one thing. But the other thing is just the way some of us thought that it's normal. We normalized the tribalism to a level where our people, sometimes tapukuba kareka awareness. The kind of tribalism that was being practiced was pretty bad. Abantu beso, our fellow citizens, they were removed from the civil service, retired from the civil service. From the Zambezi provinces, ukumona fieshina nga mwaba double o chapwa bakutamfie nchito bakuchita transfer bakuchita shana shane. That really hurt the unity of our country. It fractured the unity of our nation.
Yeah.
And so now even now under the new dawn, even before Hichilema appoints the cabinet, what was President Edgar Lungu's first words on that Sunday? And accused Haka in the Hichilema of appointing a tribal cabinet, cabinet. Cabinet already, Mwambo Kumuchita accused of tribalism. When the Patriotic Front was actually governing, it was 100% Bemba Eastern Cabinet, permanent secretaries, Bemba Eastern, and that was wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Nde barandira kofie ababululu shesu bakaonde abalenje abatonga n'abalozi nde barandira kofie. What happened under the presidency of Edgar Lungu hurt our country. That's why nokulanda bali abafuire baikata pakanwa nokumvanisoni nokuyibweramo nokuyichefya.
Thank you so much, Dr. Munja. I have literally 2 minutes before we say goodbye to our DSTV viewers. Now, what I would like you to do, if we're in a Chambia, I think we're no longer in a Chambia. I think we're a bit more upgraded Zambians. My advice, they should do this, should do that. When we come back from our mini break, as we say goodbye to our YouTube DSTV viewers, I would like you to consider this thought. Come up with 3 things that the president should do, like right now, to rectify all these problems. We've seen what the problems are, what the challenges are. Now I want you to hold that thought and start considering what he can do to get out of this conundrum. Now, in the meantime, I would like to say thank you so much to our DSTV viewers for tuning in. This has been a TV Bakwetu production. Bamunsha, final goodbye, and Gladys, in the next 2 minutes. Any thoughts?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. And please make sure that you tune in to TV Bakwetu, right, on KBN Network, because it's a wonderful partnership. And this is as it should be, so that we work together with a well-established television channel, KBN Network, and we work together, we put our hands together. For those that would want to talk to us about our program, please do so. Talk to the KBN people, talk to me, and let us do something big together. Otherwise, won't say more on DSTV and Top Star channel. And that's why we are here. TV Bakwetu is here for you. And Linda and Gladys and the rest of the TV Bakwetu crew, we are going to continue coming and helping our country. We do this for our country. Ichalo cheso. And that's the only loyalty we have. We monati if to support by NDC. Monati if to support by UPND. We are UPND. No, we belong to the people of Zambia. We want to be used by you to rifibombe of yeno. No, kukusabaira tusabairira imwe. Pakubati abena Zambia bale ikala bwino, bale endo mutende, bale umfuana. Okumfuana kwa kuba tuli kumongule umfuafye bwino, ulikusolwezi chalo chobe, ulikuchipata. Amanone for everybody.
No. Bamunsha nomba mwilaba kwata our extinguished TV Bakwetu viewers. They should not forget to send us stars. They should not forget to send us stars, both for YouTube and also Facebook. And also we welcome. How can we improve? They are welcome to also give, if it's good critics, please. You are more than welcome to give us critics, and also what can we improve on? And also you are welcome to also submit if there's anything we would like to talk about. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So in the 3 things, not to push about the 3 things.
Linda, please. Not to push about.
Not to push.
If you have 3 things, to I have a name so I could DSTV.
Tabalefwa okuyaba ku DSTV. Amambwe balashimya. Hang on DSTV. It's not like by internet but it's free for all.
If you can't pay, it won't show. If you don't pay, it won't show.
No, but let's move on as they're still watching us. But I just wanted to say formally goodbye. So that's the if you're pirikiti. At least we say goodbye properly. Gladys. And therefore, like I was saying earlier, opinions, of which is what makes TV Bakwetu an incredible platform. We've got opinions. Now, I want us to try and come up with solutions. If the president, for instance, is listening, by the way, one day there was a Bakateka in the Biu a day before elections. Do you remember that?
So many things happened.
Yeah, but Bakateka was watching the program and everyone just went crazy. Bali is in the building. So you just never know. He could be listening or some of his people could be listening. So no, Bakateka ngabale for him.
Linda, we are appealing to the president one of these days. I think he should come to TV.
Yeah, fine. Give me one thing that you feel he should be doing to move this country forward. So we'll be specific. Smart targets. If we talk about specific, it should be timely and it should have a desired effect. So in regards to yes, we've complained that he's taking too long and whatever. And we've seen and heard what's the possible challenges are as to why they're taking along. What do you think he needs to do to move this thing forward? Gladys. No, no,
it's very simple. If you followed me, aba wina my elections eba kuteke chalo. This is not complicated.
No, but Coach Tashani. Coach Tashani, specific Wamunja, specific.
No, Lorena Nimbale. Mbale, first of all, you need to get the entire picture, first of all. First of all, we need to agree that aba wina eba kuteka. Because in that statement, Emuli fiance, tafibulire in that statement, aba wina ama elections, eba kuteke chalo. Zambians went to my elections. No kuyasala ba UPND, United Party for National Development. No kuina ba wina 2.8 million votes. So nomba ba UPND eba fuiro kuteke chalo. Nomba kuteka shani. Kaingingole teka ni shure teka we. Waingira mu office as a party ni shimule teka. Hepela. Not second guessing ukoba ushimule teka usheta mule teka. No. Not to go about more opposition party within. UPNT confusion, 2 months. No. Aravane, this is a UPND government. It should register a shock if we actually in the system. But now we have a new government. Not to kula shinshikila. Mama no kushinshikila te. You want to do some shinshikila.
At all, ichi kutina chumechi.
Dr. Kasonso abati bakuwe kutimulete ikashani ero mulete ikanga bakuwe no nimwe abantu basala okuteka echalo ale nichitekeni kanji pale pa kuteka echalo everything fifire fyaba clear and straightforward because there is a new government. Not that there is a new government, but there is no new government. This government will continue because of methodical. By the time you are doing methodical, there will be no change.
I'm a lawyer has a problem. A problem, I'm a lawyer. School on dollar. Thing that do.
Nifirefia kweba tu muntu apasa exam. Tale chetekela tu apasa exam.
Gladys na mumuyambe efyo.
Walekeni dante nani kanwa kama isosele. Chirishani mwina njikata pakano balinda. Umuntu apasa exam eno tauchetekela ati. Kachi na ini kuti na apasa exam. Ero wonomba waluba nanga taukwete plan. Wafulungana. Kachi icha shala nichi ntobe.
Mle kwata kolu sembla pepa ba Gladys. Ichintobe sure.
Na bwesha momutima.
Bwesha momutima. Okay, anything else to add before we bring our friends out? They're raring to go. They're excited. They're passionate. Anything else you have to add to that before I invite them over?
I've just been notified by our viewers that we were not on DSTV. Instead, a Chinese movie was showing.
Ati Jack Chan katushinga ni Bruce Lee na buka kubafwa.
Imubad pesha ma Chinese kanji. Kwa Chinese movie. I'll remain professional.
Yeah, anyway, that's fine. All right. Okay, thank you. So our is our team coming now, Linda?
Our team will be coming, but before we do that, I would like to see some comments from our Facebook viewers, please. anything that they're saying, that would be good. And as my two co-hosts are checking to see what you guys are talking about, if you're happy with the program, if you have something else to talk about, you have comments on the things that you didn't pay cause it didn't show. At the twali pili ama bill. But John na imubweshen mumutima. Chawa shani kansha. At the twali pili bill. So, I want you to send you the notification to your different pages. Please keep sharing. Be generous, Mwevanto. But Dr. Tommy, Gladys, would you like to read that, please? Ule mwana comment about Dr. Tommy.
I'm just through the comments from the YouTube viewers.
Okay.
So just continue if you have something. I'll try to unpick one or two.
Dr. Tommy is saying, Vayanika Chimbogo, Vala Majeje Maningi.
Is that Tonga?
I don't know. You better tell me. If we're on TV bakwetu, we shishi vechitundu muntu alemba. Ni wewe wete kwa.
Mwamo na nomba na ala mifunya hapo nevo moderator. Mwambo kunzapa. The moderator is always writing down the line. What does that mean?
Linda, there's somebody who was saying that I mentioned that integrity, and this is Messi Cubs. And she says, did the previous regime even have it in the first place? She means that did the previous PF have the integrity anyway? You can't lose what you had.
Oh, that's meow. That is okay. You can't lose what you didn't have. Okay, yeah. Right. Thank you so much, guys. Now I'm going to bring out our incredible panelists. The other members of the amazing TV Bakwetu. We've got Bamkelevai, Bamkelevai went viral, Bamunja, the other day. You were not there. He literally went viral, not one line at Wabo. By silent that at war, Mugabe, war, but beauty, fantastic to see you, Dr. Barbara. Welcome back. Percy, quite a fan base.
Thank you so much, guys. Now I'm going to bring out
you have your
incredible panelists.
I think about beauty, could you mute your mic?
Went viral.
Yeah, Ngwe. Thank you so much. Now, what I was saying was, Bamukeleva went viral, not my one-liners. Late Mugabe to Mugabe na bashta sela. Welcome, Percy, and Percy has got his own fan base. Someone mentioned the other week that Percy if he was your brother, every day. I think I'm comments. Dr. Barbara, welcome. You're looking beautiful. Rose, hi. I've never seen you
thank you.
Actually.
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Lovely to see you. Bake is hiding. Nice to see you. Right. So I'm going to start with Dr. Barbara. We have a whole range of things. Take a peek.
Thank you so much, Linda, and thank you, everybody. Welcome to TV Bakwetu. Hello to everyone, everywhere, wherever they may be, morning, afternoon, evening, or if they're waking up from their sleep. I'm going to talk about what you asked 3 things what the president can do. On a serious note, on employing, there's the news that they had 3,000 people that they needed to employ, and they only employed less than a quarter of that to the people of the southern or the, Lozi side of things. What needs to be done, and I think it's very simple, is start a civil service exam the way they do it in South Korea. Pick the best 10 students from every province. It's been done before. Us went to, when we went to Mpelembe Secondary School, Kaunda made it a policy that they chose 10 best students from every province, and then you went to that school. That way you were sponsored. If the government did that for civil servants, choose maybe 10, 20 best students from every province, make sure that they are the best. That means it gives credence to the civil service, so that because the civil service are the ones that are managing our country. You cannot have cadres managing our country and expect the best out of it. If you choose the best students in the country, put them in the civil service, train them to be diplomats, train them to be permanent secretaries, train them at every level so that they can have at this point in time, it's not that, they can't do it, they can still do it. The ones that are there, they can be like, one person is attached to the person who's there for maybe 3 months, then they lose them, they stop working there, but they would have trained somebody in that position.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. That's what they can do.
Thank you so much. What a brilliant suggestion. Yes. So I hope someone is listening, because that is very feasible. It's a very, very easy solution. Mam Kalevai.
Hello, good evening, viewers, and good evening, my fellow Wakwetu panelists, the 11th province. You are doing well representing the 11th province, the people in the diaspora. Even if whether you are in Malawi or neighboring countries in Zambia, you are part of the 11th province. So don't worry, we are here for you. We are going to represent you respectively. Coming to the issues, I just wanted first, before actually I go ahead, I always greet where I come from. Rusingula kwa mlenengi, mitumezi, mambombo yali ambai, na sepa mwiketile sichabasabulozi, sichabasayesu. Thank you very much for giving me this few seconds to say something of what the government not ought to do, but what they are supposed to do. That was your question, Wolinda Nji. What was that, the question? Mm-hmm. Yes. We have never been in government. You and me, my brother, we have never been in government before. We've never held any government portfolio. However, it is common sense that Shaka Zulu even mentioned to say, never leave an enemy behind, or else they will rise again and attack you or stab in your back. So what we see today, is that the longer you take in dealing with these issues or handling the previous regime that was brutal, that arrested you on fake charges, they are the ones that are not that are going to jeopardize and make your job look so difficult. Today, they are walking around with impunity. They are in the parliament, the campiongos of this world that you have said. They are telling the Zambian people that they cannot, they would rather do the same thing had they been given the same chance. So this is where now you come in together with your ministers and all Minister Home Affairs, show your this Kampiongo the way it ought to have been done. By keeping quiet, being in hibernation or being mute, that doesn't mean that you are going to make a difference. That's why you see Kampiongo speaking. Show him the difference. Show him the side of you. You are going to make a name for yourself, not just to make a name, but to do the right thing. Okay? We want to see indictment. People being indicted. People, they are not being indicted. They are being interviewed. We are merely running on allegations, just innuendos. We want to see people behind bars, arrested. Just that name of arrest is important.
Fantastic. Thank you, Kalavai. I will move on to Beauty. Welcome. Nice to see you. So a quick question. What do you think the New Dawn government should do? What one progressive thing should they do to help them get out of this political conundrum, so to speak? And then one comment on the various topics that we talked about.
Linda, that's a lot.
It is.
Good evening, everybody. Yes, good evening, everybody. I did listen to the vice president, today, and I think she had some really good points. The other thing that I would like to see happen, for me anyway, would be to have every board, what do you call it, gotten rid of, and start afresh. There are some boards that are still on there. We all know that. By the way, I came ready to dance today. Ninka kanichirenge, momusana, I'm ready to dance. But yeah, so that's all I can say. Regarding what's going on in Zambia.
Yes, please.
Regarding regarding what's going on in Zambia, it was sad to see Simon's thing, shops set on fire, whatever fire, we don't know how it started, but he did come on later on and said everything is good, and that was good to see. Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you very much. Let's move on to War Percy. I'm enjoying the war thing.
Inerelo mwalanjerera kuninkwate mipontweshana.
Nalelo, Vapesi nalelo.
But it's in line with what you are saying.
What is everyone drinking? Please show me your drink of choice.
It's water today. It's water in here.
Water, Ingoma Barbara, Doc Nish Mleno.
Unfortunately, it's coffee.
Let's have a look, Kaidi, to kuturang sheni.
The way Percy is laughing.
What do you mean, Semra Gladys?
We say, Kubunwa hande kikokunde. Kubunwa hande kikokunde. Kubunwa wino usuma. Not kufikereka kumaswe.
Ah, okay. Brilliant. What Percy?
Okay, myself, okay. Earlier on the first part of the program, there were things that I got interested, and you guys, I blame you, the three of you, Musha and Gladys, for me to be in Mponto way at the moment. Don't worry, I'm not pondering about you. I'm just pondering about what was going through my head. Basically, let's be realistic. The only person we can blame, the back ends at the president. Full stop. We can't say the back ends at the police, head of GI police or vice president. No. The back ends at the president. For me, the president, since he was elected, when people elected him, they elected him to go and clean up everything. Basically, when I say clean up, I mean put in jail the people who were stealing. He hasn't shown us any of that. He hasn't done anything with the people who were employing. I was reading some comments, for example. 7,000 people were employed. Now, take your guess how many were from where the president comes from and that area of the country, the Zambezi provinces. Take your guess. How many people were employed from the 7,000? And he's still keeping them. They are working right now. We voted for him to go and clean such things. The only thing in my books the president was interested in, because they say the Zambian armed forces are disciplined. So if the Zambian armed forces are disciplined, then the president shouldn't get scared of the armed forces, because they're disciplined and they know their job. They can't overthrow him. But what was the first thing he did? He went to do the thing we didn't vote him for. He changed first the army. Myself, I wanted him to go straight to the AAC and all those investigative branches, the ones which are in charge, to go and hunt for the things we voted him for. At the moment, he hasn't done anything, I would say, for the 2.8 million. The only thing he's done is for the 1.8 and the PF. He's keeping them. He's keeping them, unless any of you can tell me that, well, 90% of this part of government, they are out. Because even his close henchmen, the ones who are working close with him, they are PF cadres, some of them. Look in provinces at the moment. Look in provinces. As soon as PF lost, The PF, those who were PF, they are still holding posts, still running the show. They've actually changed the T-shirts. They're now the chairman for UPND. As soon as the things change. In my books, the president should start pulling up his socks. I'm sorry to say that.
How?
I'm not impressed.
How? How should he pull up his socks?
For one instance, let's go to just tell you one thing in terms of corruption. Yeah, take your pick. The person I love to pick on is Bowman Lusambo. Where did he get his 6 million? And how much is a pay slip for a minister? And for that matter, a provincial minister. How much is his pay slip? How much?
So
he can't amass $6 million. And where did he? Ouch! My head is even aching.
It makes sense, Bapeso from Lelanda. So what should the president do? One thing, one specific thing.
Yeah, lock up people like Bowman Lusambo. You lock him up for corruption. Then I'll say, okay, now my vote is working. The corrupt people are being locked up and we are grabbing our things. That's when I'll start saying that. Because the time we voted for the president, we voted for him to go and fight corruption and bring back the things PF store, to be specific.
Okay. So lock him up before investigations take place.
That's why I said if you rewind, I said the president, when he came into power, the first thing what he did, he went to change the armed forces. The first thing he was supposed to do is deal with the investigative branches which are dealing with corruption. By now, would be saying Chitech is in cells. Chitech is in cells. Not that when they are dissolving branches which are supposed to be investigating things.
Okay. Thank you, Percy. That is a very passionate plea. You have a word to add to that.
Yes, actually, I agree with Percy, and he is actually very correct that we need to see results. Like what Justice Minister, when he was here with us, he promised us that he told us that this UPND is the government of action. They are result-oriented. And that is what we want to see, not just by viva voce, okulanda fepakanoa. We want them to deliver, and we want to see. I know it's quite too early. They have to investigate with the kind of investigations that we have in Zambia. And what we have to understand also is that justice delayed is justice denied, isn't it? So the more we delay, the more we scot free of these people, and they're going to hide their evidence. And I was talking about Kampyongo. The reason why someone asked the question I was reading that what charge would they give Kampyongo if you want us to arrest him? If you remember very well, I'll just bring you back to the issue that transpired just in December last year when Hakainde was requested to, not summoned, because the police do not summon. He was requested to attend questions at the force headquarters, where Sama and Joseph Kaunda was gunned down. We were gunned down in blood, in cold blood. And what happened prior to that, if you understand Zambian, your memory serves you correctly, that the very day before the very day of the fateful day, Kampyongo, together with Lusambo, provincial minister at that time, gave instructions on TV. It was live. And I don't understand why Zambians don't even talk about it. Now, following the instructions. We have precedent cases like Captain Solo, where they were trying to coup, and then our soldiers follow instructions. They were acquitted. That guy who shot was just merely following instruction. We know we don't want to comment much because the matter is in court. I'm using these courts because we have no clue. Nobody's talking about it. Not even the new government has even brought these issues about it. And we are all quiet about it. And other issues want to bring free education, where it is happening with the UPND. So these are issues that we can use. Kampyongo issued a very terrible statement citing, okay, inciting the police to go and act and kill. And they did the following day. The same thing that they did. Lusamboso did the same. So lelo after by omuntu ati no basambe mu maboko ati no ifwe ni bakapokola. Why? We have evidence. We have evidence. Ama videos, ama audios, they've gone right viral on social media and everywhere. We have the evidence. So where are the intellectuals in this? So the president can you ratify? I mean, the parliament ratify the attorney general, the other solicitor general. Please let them start dealing with this matter. I believe these are the reasons, maybe, probably why we are still lagging behind in terms of prosecutions. That they are not ready to prosecute like Valungu. They are failing to prosecute him because they have no principal officials who are coming forward to give the prosecution department the blessings. So
thank you so much.
Can you expedite these issues so that we see justice? Because justice delayed is justice denied.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Baluwaya, welcome to TV Bakwetu. Could you kindly give your comment? Luwaya William? It looks like Baluwaya very busy. Are you back?
Hello.
Yeah, could you very briefly, we have 2 minutes, give your comments, please.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll use my Lunda, which is my language. I hope you understand.
Go for it.
Is there anyone who understands Lunda?
We do, yeah, go for it.
Okay, Shachuai. So, Talenuma Ijmawai, Tragosha, problem Ijmaya, by nature, it's the PF. No, problem Ijmaidiwaha, it problem Yaina President, Mr. Kainde Chilema. An area allow Andrew. We can very free. Actually, because president, he has the authority, power. PF, they have no power. Okay? Are you able to get me? Hello?
Yeah, go on. We can get you. So you're saying that it's
you.
in the hands of the president.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you for that comment. But Gladys, could you kindly give very quickly the last few sentiments from our viewers before we close?
Yes, please. I have just 2 quick comments from the viewers. I'll start with one from Moy Koterani. He says the president can continue to move non-tribal bases. That's one of them, and that he needs to make appointments and firing as soon as possible. And he says that HH to become more, he should become more bold, no messy. And we also have one from Stella Muyunda. He said the president should remain humble, and he should also be focused on his promises and remain the president for every Zambians and not only the ones who voted for him. Those are the comments from the viewers. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, viewers, for joining us. This has been a presentation of TV Bakwetu, and I've been your host, Linda Banks, with my co-host, Gladys, and Dr. Munsha, who has just stepped off. He is in court right now as he's trying to co-moderate at the same time. Beauty, one last sentiment before Dr. Munsha close. Sunday, I will give you time to have a chat in the green room. Unfortunately, we have run out of time. A quick comment, Beauty. And Rose, you disappeared. I will give you
madam.
Sunday, just a second, please. Well, Beauty, a quick comment, and Rose, literally 1 minute. We need to close very quickly.
Yes, madam.
I can speak in the background. Thank you.
Okay,
Hello?
Rose. Sunday, just hold on,
Rose,
please.
Should I wait for Rose?
Barros, go for it, please.
Thank you, viewers. And the only thing I can contribute right now, what was saying about Percy, I go for it. For me, the president have to dissolve all the government because people, the PF are still in the government. And those people who voted for him, they don't have no employment. So the only thing they have to do, they have to fire them. Whether to pay them, not to pay them, it's none of their business because it's like the bombers, but they have so much money. Even that's why Kampyongo can brag because they have money.
Thank you so much.
That's the only thing I can contribute.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Sunday, a quick point, please, before we disappear.
Yes, Madam. What I want to say here that the PF, the former PF government, in government, they are still there. They are still engineer the UPND. That's why some certain things are failing because in government they are still there. They planted. So it means it's very difficult for UPND to control because the PF, it is still there in system. They're still working. They planted before the UPND came in. So the government, it is still in their hand. That's why you see when Aboma and Lusambo, they are playing, when Akapyongo, they are playing because they are still, the government, it is still in their hand.
Thank you so much, Basande. Viewers, you have been watching a presentation of TV Bakwetu. I've had Gladys, Mkeleva, Percy, Doc Barbara, Rose, Beauty, Sunday, who joined us literally at the last minute, as well as Kangwa and Louise. We will see you again tomorrow or perhaps the next day. Good night.